Hello and welcome to another episode of The Shyft. My name is Lilian Kelani, your host. Before we start, I want to remind you to join us on Facebook, join us on YouTube, subscribe to the YouTube page, The Shyft, Shift with a Y, and of course, join us on Praise Nation Radio every Saturday at noon. We all know the goal of the Shyft Wellness Center is to create a safe platform for people to freely talk about day-to-day issues and how they interact with our mental health without fear of stigmatization and discrimination. And to talk about day-to-day issues today, I have a very beautiful lady with me, Zonia Cooper. Zonia, thanks for joining me today.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
You know, Zonia is one of those women that I have we just have so much. We've shared years together, and it's such an honor for me to be able to sit here and have a chat with you, Zonia. And I will let you talk about yourself. I'm not going to say too much because we have a few more minutes here where we're going to get into you and who you are and as a person and also other things that you do. Zonia is a beautiful woman, a mother, a woman that loves God, a child of God.
Yes.
And she is part of a family, and actually a very special one because she's a twin. I think that's what's one of the fascinating things about you, Zonia.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm hoping that during this time that we're here together, we'll be able to share a few things and actually just tell a little bit about you to people and about the journey and about, you know, how the things that you do have worked for your mental health and for the mental health of other people out there. So thank you for allowing us to do this.
No problem.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm hanging in there, you know. I thank God, first of all, for this opportunity. And thank you, Lilian. God bless you.
Amen.
Yeah, I'm good. One day at a time, you know. Prayer is key, you know, and going to church really helps, you know, because you can just be with the family, you know, and worship God. And, you know, it really helps. Being alone is not a good thing.
Exactly.
It causes depression. And I know a lot of people are going through those things. So, yeah. And making music, doing what you love to do, you know,
and
getting
being
involved
with people that you love to
right?
be around.
Exactly.
I get
That's
to see
what it's
this
about.
woman at least 3 times a week, if not more. Sometimes I see her 4 or 5 times a week because of music and worship and so many things that we do together.
Yeah.
Now, how have you been during the pandemic? I know that, you know, the pandemic has been tough for everyone.
Yeah.
We've all had our ups and downs, and for you having to look after the kids and of course look after yourself.
Yeah.
How have you been holding up?
To be honest with you, I go from day to day, but, you know, I try to stay in the spirit of worship. Because that really helps. You know, when I worship, I just get lost in it, you know, and I just do my cleaning, do whatever I need to do for the kids, you know, and whatever they want me to do, I'm there. You just do what you gotta do. You know?
You don't look like you have kids. You look very beautiful and very young.
God. It's God.
I'm sure you get that all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, one thing about you, Zonia, is, you know, you're a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful woman and just a heart of gold. And you don't, you know, you're just simple and very easy to relate with.
Thank you.
And I remember meeting you when you first came to Alberta. You know, from then to now, it's night and day.
I know.
It's two different people.
I know.
You know, tell us about your that just the journey you've had here in Alberta.
To be honest with you, when I first came here, it's like I didn't know what was next. Even my clothes, like
I remember you're like 4 sizes up.
I don't even know. Like, to be honest with you, I don't even know what that was. That was like, you know what, just you see that, put it on, and you go to church, and that's it, you know? Yeah, so, you know, when I first got to Edmonton, my clothing journey, that was something.
Talking about 4 sizes up.
Right? I don't even know. It was just, pick whatever and wear it. And that's what I'm wearing to go to church. Because I was thinking, it's not about the clothes, it's about the heart and, whether or not, whether or not I'm worshiping. So I don't know.
I some of those memories now that you say it, I remember being in a group with you at some point and we're picking clothes and we're trying to shop for uniform and I'm like, okay, this is your size. It's like and you're no, I need something bigger. I'm like, no, this this should fit you. And you're like, no, it's too, I don't want anything too tight. Too tight.
Yeah, it had to be.
I don't want to show anything.
Yeah, I was like, I just wanted God to be seen. You know what I mean? That's what it was. Just cover myself. I don't want to be seen. I want God to be seen in me,
And were you singing before you came to here? Because here is something when we met, there are some voices that you hear and they're so pure and innocent. And I remember, talking to a friend and when we were worshiping and you talk about worship, I know worship is something that you do and just worshiping while preparing in the back and the Spirit of God took over and you were just slain in the Spirit, you were speaking in tongues and there are some tongues that you're like, okay, this I can tell this is a language and this is this. And we're not saying you're a saint, we're saying that when it comes to coming into the place of worship, it's a place that you truly lay bare and allow God to take over. Was that happening before you came to Alberta? Okay.
Yes. I believe before I came to Alberta, it was more. But now I'm at a place throughout my journey where now it's intense because the level that I'm at, because of spiritual growth, because of knowledge that I've gained, through my pastors, Dr. Lonry and Dr. Smith, Dr. Elizabeth Smith. I learned so much from them, going through different classes and academy and I just learned so much. So through that, a lot of growth has taken place and my worship is at a place where I'm like, God, I need you. I can't do it without him,
And you've been through so much and yes. Having the right people around you and staying connected and staying close and having parents in the Lord in the spiritual realm that really care and put a lot into us makes a huge difference.
It does.
But what about your the journey in terms of mindset and mental health? Were you always put together and no hair out of place type of person?
No. I've had my ups and downs, moments where I'm like, God, I don't know what tomorrow's going to hold, but I'm holding on to you, and like I said, going to church, it's very important, very important. I look forward to it. I look forward to ministering with the choir, because it feels like family. You guys are my family. So, I look forward to, and it keeps me anchored, But as far as me, when I wasn't put together, there was times where my hair was a mess all over the place. I wore different kinds of clothes. That you probably see it and be like, nah, that's not you. Who's that? No. God has definitely taught me how to put myself together, even as a woman, how there's things you wear and there's things you do not wear outside of your house, But I thank God because I wasn't always a saint and I'm still not. I'm being made perfect strategically by God's grace and by his Spirit.
So I'm going to go somewhere a little here. And I mean, feel free to take it out, whatever you want. But growing up, did you have a spiritual background? I mean, I'm one of those fortunate enough to be born in a Christian home, but not everybody, I've come to appreciate that not everybody has that.
Yeah.
So did you, because when people hear you, or when I hear you talking, the way you are now, I'm like, okay, she must have been a Christian from her mother's womb and a saint from the day she was born. So were you born into like a born again kind of home, Christian home, or
No. Back in the day,
before time was,
before time began. My mom, I think at the time she was Mormon, and I think she was doing some church searching, and she went from church to church, so I kind of like had to tag along. So it was like Mormon, Catholic. She was Catholic. We went to Mormon churches, then we went to different kinds of churches, and then as I got older, it's like different things started to change in my life. And when I was able to come closer and understand who God was a little bit more for myself at the age that I was, it's like God was pulling me in, and he's like, no, this is not the church for you, and throughout my journey, different places that I've been, God has brought people into my life to show me like, this is where you need to be. This is what you need to be doing, So yeah, but no, I wasn't always a saint, and not from my mother's womb either. No, I'm still not a saint, but day by day, God is perfecting me, and it will happen where, God will give me my expected end. My expected end is to be used by God and to be holy and pleasing and righteous before his sight.
Right. That's good. That's beautiful. How hard is it to stay on the straight and narrow? And I say this because, life is a journey. It's a struggle sometimes for a lot of people every day to just hold on and to keep it together.
Yeah.
How hard is it for you? And what do you have to say to other people that might, just might be thinking of letting go and giving up?
To be honest, it is hard sometimes, sometimes a person feels lonely, and especially being single, there's a lot of
oh yeah, you're single.
I
didn't mention that.
That's okay.
She's single.
I'm single.
Beautifully single inside and out. Okay.
Thank you.
And no time wasters. It has to be God-fearing, spirit-filled.
Amen.
Because I'm singing for the wedding, so I have to
be
very strategic as to who I'm singing for.
It's definitely been a road. Like I was saying, you just have to be in the place where it's just you and God. You have to, that's what's holding me. I want to do the right things. I want to please God. I want to serve. That's another thing. To serve in his kingdom, it keeps you busy. There's no time for, rubbish.
Yeah.
There's no time.
And there's no time for, how they say, idle hand, devil's workshop. If you don't have a lot, doing, the devil is going to find things for you.
Right.
And you're very busy, and I'm going to get to why you're busy. But let's talk about being a twin.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you make being a twin. Like I sometimes like, okay, why did I come by myself? Why didn't I bring one or two people with me? You girls just make being a twin. And we're going to have another episode where we'll have both of you on the show. But talk about, being a twin and growing up and the journey. And even up to now, you're still wearing clothes together. Yeah. You're still,
Well,
I can tell you apart. Most people can.
Yeah, I know, right? It's like, who are you? Oh, you're Julia. No, you're Zonia. Yeah. Yeah, there's secrets. So being a twin, we weren't always close when we were growing up just because of the lifestyle and our childhood and stuff. But as we got older and we matured, it's like God bring us together. Like me moving to Edmonton was huge. You know, I wanted to be near my sister. We were in a point of our lives when we were younger where we were separated for some time. And it was kind of hard because we didn't really have that bond. But as we're older, it's like we're inseparable, you know,
Yeah,
wherever she is, I want to be. And wherever I am, she wants to be, you know, and I try so hard to just be wherever she is. I know, a little clingy, but...
And has that been a problem for when you've been in relationships then? With men, because I know men can be very insecure, and I'm going to talk to guys. I'm interviewing Julia next week, so I will be talking to her about that. But has it been even for your kids? Because I know sometimes kids get jealous. My mom, so has it been a thing?
Yeah, sometimes, my sister is married. So sometimes, the family's like, oh, you're always with Zonia. You're always going on the roads, going here, going there, So that's the thing right now. In the past, I would say sometimes men in relationships with us, they get jealous sometimes, but we're twins, we want to be close.
Yeah, but
can't help it.
Remember, there's other people too.
That's true. I mean, we try so hard to give attention to whoever needs it.
Yeah, because even those of us that have to be around you all the time, it's like, oh, can we just talk to one of you and not both of you just messing? It doesn't bother me.
It's okay. I know.
I enjoy being with both of you because it's such a breath of fresh air, and one thing that. You're both just alike in so many ways. I know you're very different. Who's the more mature? I feel like Julia is the more mature one of the two.
Yeah.
You want to listen to that, go get it. It's on YouTube. Make sure it's on Spotify. It's everywhere you can get it.
Yeah.
Go and get that song, Don't You Know? And coming out soon, of course, is Work It Out. Yes, I can't wait to hear it. I mean, I get to share music with these ladies, both in church and outside. And I know beautiful voice. Like your voice, the first time I heard it, gave me goosebumps because it's just so beautiful and natural. And, your music, tell us about how you write and why you write. Because when I heard your song, knowing some things that I know, I knew was coming from, right from the core. But tell us about kind of your music.
Well, I've been singing from my mother's womb. I've been singing from a little child, and my songs, they come from, it's my testimony. You know what I mean? Like there's times where something in life will be going on, and I need encouragement. I'll be talking to God, and He'll be saying to me words of encouragement. And then it's like, that's the song, and that's how Don't You Know came about.
So what's Don't You Know about?
I was going through a period where I was just unhappy. Different things were going on. I was seeing like different people acting certain ways towards me, and I didn't do anything, and and I was really sad, and the words in the song where it talks about don't you know that He's there? Don't you know that He cares? It was actually God telling me, don't you know I am here? But I turned it around because I know that a lot of people are in different states of mind and going through different levels of just issues in life, right? And I know that I love to help people. So if I can help somebody and minister to somebody through song or poem or picture, why not?
Why not?
You know what I mean?
It's a gift.
I think that's like part of my purpose.
Yeah. It's not just for you. Yeah.
And I love that, when somebody says, oh, that song ministered to me, or, that's fulfillment to me, So Don't You Know came out of that place. And I'm so grateful. Like I've heard that it's touched a lot of people's lives. There was a pastor in, I think it was Guyana. She's using that song to minister to abused women.
Wow. Beautiful.
And they're
Beautiful.
learning the song, they're singing it in church. And
Wow.
I was just like, really? Really? You know, like God just, he helped me to gain something out of that pain that I felt, you know, and I thank God, honestly.
Yeah. And you know, when God gives us a song or a gift, it's not just for us.
No,
it's
it's
to be
for
able to
everybody
bless
else.
everybody
Yeah.
and be able to use that gift. And I know that you have such a heart of gratitude and, you know, helping other people. You've helped me a lot with my music. We share a lot of music together. We, you know, we've been in different places that had to do with music, but I also know music is not the only thing you do.
No. No. I write poems. I paint. I love to paint.
Nice.
Which reminds me, I have to get back on that because, you know, like I need to hold the brush and I need to get my hands full of paint and I'm a little kid at heart, you know, I can't help it. That's who God made me. So yeah, I love to paint. I love to just help people also. I love doing that, you know, and I love to give. I'm a giver.
And you know, of course, when you're a giver, God always pulls through for you.
Amen.
And he's done that several times,
yes,
hasn't
he has.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna get you to sing. Get you to sing, you know, just a part of Don't You Know, so our viewers can go get the song and just get into their spirit. But before we do that, because you're gonna sing us out, is there anything that you want to share with people that I haven't touched on?
Yeah, I just want to share that, you know, during these times of COVID, you know, just trust God. Trust God. If you don't know him, get to know him. It takes a simple prayer, you know, just to say, God, please forgive me. Maybe I don't know you, but, you know, I believe that you're real. And if you are, show me who you are. I repent of my sins, you know, just help me, show me the way, you know, and just hang in there. You know, if you have a church, or you could even join our church, the Citadel International Church.
Online and virtual.
Yeah.
Virtual and actual.
The address is 9253 48th Street,
Edmonton.
Yeah.
And of course, if you're in Calgary, there's also a Calgary branch. Just search it on Google. You get the address. But, you know, and if that's not where you want to go, if you already have your own home church, feel free to always be there, because this is what keeps the enemy away.
Yeah.
It actually helps you to continue to stay, you know, connected to people. Because one thing COVID did to people is making us get away from each other and separating us from each other. But we're relational beings. And so it's going to take a lot for us to come back and become who God has actually created us to be. So remember that, you know, God is closer to you than you think.
Yeah.
And if you choose you don't want to be part of a church, just know God. We're not talking about, you know, trying to get you to go to a church. It's about having a relationship with God and talking to him like you're talking to a friend. And don't you know that God loves you and that he cares?
He does.
Remember to continue to join us on Facebook. Continue to subscribe to YouTube page. It's the Shyft with a Y. And of course on Praise Nation Radio every Saturday at 12. And continue to stay safe by following regulations and maintaining a positive mental health. We're going to get Zonia to sing us out with Don't You Know. Thanks for coming, by the way.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for being here. I really enjoyed it. And next week, we're going to be talking to Zonia's twin, Julia Charles. She's going to be on this set. And at some point, I'm going to have both of them come on this set. And we're going to have a great time because these ladies are beautiful inside and out. Okay? Zonia, it's been a pleasure. Take it away.
Don't you know that he's there? Don't you know that he cares? Don't you know he'll never leave you? Don't you know? God bless you.
Beautiful. God bless you. Thank you.
No problem.